I'm going to walk you through what I'm going to be looking for in your homework assignment for next week, your weekly assignment. You're going to do a couple of these. Not only doing a harmonic analysis, as you've done previously, but now you're going to be analyzing for the features of a sentence. So I'm going to walk you through using the PDF editor that's on my Mac. But if you have a PC, you can use whatever PDF editor you can find. So this will be of limited use to some of you, but of a good deal of use for others. Now, of course, you can still continue to do this work on paper with a straight edge and a pencil and pen and colored pencils. But I know some of you are interested in doing it on the computer. So the first thing I do is I find this markup toolbar. I turn that on and I create a text box. Now I've already set the font to be Campania, which I've installed on my system. Okay, then I stretch the whole text box out the length of the system. I find that's very helpful. If you don't do that, you kind of get into some funny problems. Okay, so now I'm in the key of D. In fact, I'm going to back this up just a little bit. There we go. And the way I express D major is with a capital D and a colon. And now I've got the 1 chord. And now I'm just going to space bar my way over to this 5 chord. Now it's a 5, 4, 3. And notice how Campania, I didn't type a slash. I did not type a slash. I just typed 4 and 3, and it knew that I was doing figures. Now you look at this and you might think, well, it's not really 4, 3. There's no third, but here it is, right? And it's interesting that Mozart withholds the third so that when it appears, it's kind of sparkles. Sparkly, shiny. Okay, now here we have another 5, 4, 3. And a 1 chord in root position. Now, in a previous life, you might call this some kind of cadence, but it's not. It's not a cadence. Okay, now that I've got that all set up, I'm actually going to create another one, clicking my text box, and this thing always likes to put the text box in the middle. Text boxes? Not one box. One box, 2 box, 1 box, 2 boxes. Okay, here we go. Now, excuse me. And here we have in the key of D, we've got a 4, 6, 4 chord. See, I accidentally put the slash because I'm used to doing that in note flight. And then what is this? Does this change anything? Not really. The A, not really. It's some kind of passing tone. And then we've got a 1 chord. 4, 6, 4. And a 1 chord. Now, here, E, G, and B. So it's an E minor chord with a G on the bottom, which makes it a 2, 6 chord. And as we get deeper into classical era music, we'll notice that the 2, 6 chord is more common a subdominant chord than the 4 chord. Okay, now we have, here's our cadential 6, 4. So I just type the 5, 6, 4 to the 5, 3. Let's see. Oh, but it's a 7, right? So I'm going to say 5, 6, 4. In fact, I might even, let's see, is there an 8? There is no octave, so it's just a 5, 6, 4 because the 6 resolves up to the 8. I'm sorry, to the 7. Okay, and then takes us home to the 1. Now there's our perfect, authentic cadence. It's perfect because Do is on top. And so now I'm going to create a new text box, and I'm going to change my font to Times New Roman. Sorry, everybody. Times New Roman. And I'm going to label that PAC. Then I'm going to put a little box around it. So the PDF reader on the Mac, it likes to put everything that you create in the middle. And I'm going to line this box up with where the cadence lands, or where the harmony of the cadence lands. Purple seems to be a good color for a cadence. So there we go. Now I've done my harmonic analysis. Okay, and let's look for, we're gonna let go of non-chord tones just for now, and focus instead on the basic idea. Okay, so I'm gonna create a line, and I'm gonna extend this line out the length of there. Now if I hold the shift key, it constrains the angle. Okay, and just for fun, I'm going to go with my sort of orange color, sort of the race car. We're getting started. And again, creating the text box. I'm going to say BI. Oops, BI. And then copying, holding the Option key and dragging gives me the presentation. So I'm showing that I know not only where the presentation is, and that it goes from here to here, but that the basic idea happens here. Now, I'm going to select both of those, and I'm going to hold the Option key down and drag that over. And I'm going to change the length of this, and I'm going to say it's a repeat. So I'm using the Option key and the 8. Repeat, and it's a sequence, right? Because we've got the same idea, but now it is on a different pitch level. Or maybe it is, actually, now that I think about it, it is really the statement and response. There we go. And then here we have the continuation. And I'm just going to drag, while holding the Option key, this guy down here. Shortening this. Right? So again, if I were drawing this out with a pencil, I would make a little vertical hook to make it a bracket, but that's a real headache with this set of digital tools. And now here we've got our cadential area right here. And just for fun, I'm going to change the color of that to red, because red means stop. And green means go. You don't have to do this if you don't want to, but it's nice to have fun with color. Okay, there you go. Now that's what I'm looking for your weekly assignment. Harmonic analysis, and then analysis using the lexicon of the sentence.